See Brown in your face.
Have you heard of Everything at Once?
Do you know about Everything at Once?
It's internationally known.
Aliens listen to it.
It's the best.
If there's something you're looking for in the 814, or feeling a little bored and think there ain't no more, check out Everything at Once and allow it to be your source. It's that raw podcast that's always showing support, highlighting the scene. No need to take I-90 to Peep or 79 to see how it be. Interviewing your locals with mindsets that are global, innovators and creators on every single upload. So much going on in the EPA.
Incredible content.
Everything at Once will keep you up to date.
Amazing guests.
What you doing? Come through and hang with Tony and Dave.
Community driven.
Bringing everything at once from around the way. Everything at once from around the way. Hey.
Please listen. We love you. Everything at Once.
Everything at Once.
Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to another incredible, mind-blowing episode of Everything at Once. First off, we want to thank all of those people who supported us on Patreon. You guys mean so much to us. You make this all possible. We want to thank our producers, Brian G, Josh W, Ian D, Nick D G, and Sadie M.
Patreon is an awesome way to support the show and say thanks. You can become a Patreon supporter by clicking the link below and choosing to become an intern, assistant, or producer level supporter.
That's right. For just $5, you can be an intern, and we will say your name on this show. And who doesn't want that? And once we get 10, Dave's going to do something incredible.
I don't know what it's going to be, but let's just say it's going to blow your mind.
It's guaranteed to blow your mind. We now want to shout out all the local businesses that have sponsored this episode. These businesses get the Everything at Once stamp of approval. We couldn't do it without them. Wait, hold on a second, Dave. I just got a message from Cauldron and Thorne. Maybe it's something new they want us to talk about.
Maybe it's important.
2 years ago, America's first family of darkness landed in Erie, Pennsylvania. In a few short months, they built the world's largest shop, dedicated to the magical arts and metaphysical sciences. This summer, they invite you to explore the shadows of the human experience. A carefully curated catalog of arcane artifacts and occult ephemera for the discerning collector. Cauldron and Thorne proudly presents The Dark Curiosities of the Vault.
The Dark Curiosities of the Vault is what he ended that with.
The Dark Curiosity. But speaking of, was that Morgan Freeman?
It sounded a lot like Morgan Freeman. That video had that audio file had some great production, and maybe this has something to do with that show they were talking about on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It definitely could be a possibility, though.
Do you think they're talking about that new black wall that they built up with the bookshelf?
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Do you think that there's some kind of like secret passageway or something funky going on there?
At that store, anything's possible. It could lead to the nether realms, another universe, the multiverse that we always talk about in this show. Maybe that's back there. But I mean, they're really kind of leaving us hanging and leaving us a lot to guess. I guess we'll just have to wait to hear more about what's going on at Cauldron and Thorne.
Knowing our friends there at Cauldron and Thorne, the possibilities are literally endless.
Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Speaking of new construction, let's talk about our friends at Solid State.
Solid State takes pride in all home remodeling products. Solid State specializes in bathroom remodeling, kitchen renovation, window and door installation, custom design work, and more, including painting, flooring, drywall, siding, and decks. Get a free quote today by calling Nick at 814-397-7854.
Solid people.
Solid product. Solid State Construction.
Got a problem with your car? Tommy's Automotive can take care of it. They can fix anything car related. They're the most reliable, trustworthy service provider that we know.
That's right. Tommy's Automotive can take care of brakes, exhaust, fluid changes, spark plugs, and all other maintenance needs.
Tommy's Automotive also does fluid film undercoating. Book your appointment today. Call Tommy at 814-384-8088.
You know, Tony, all of this hard work plugging the sponsors, it's got me a little tired. Let me get a sip of my coffee.
What? That coffee smells incredible, Dave.
Well, it should, Tony, because it's ours.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. That makes sense. Everything at Once Studios now has our own coffee, the Everything at Once Roast, made by North Edge Craft Coffee. Message me or Dave to get your bag today.
Yeah, do it. North Edge Craft Coffee is your local specialty coffee roaster. North Edge Craft Coffee takes pride in being a local favorite. They believe with their reasonable prices, fresh roasted product, and creative coffee options, they're a hit in any mug.
Any mug.
North Edge Craft Coffee can be bought on their website, northedgecoffee.com, or at their store location on 1222 Linden Avenue between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m.
In the studio with us today, professional actor, professional MMA fighter, professional ass-kicking machine, Blair Phillips. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. It's been a minute since you've been in the studio here recording a podcast with me.
Yeah, it's been like, what,
2 years? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Was it before a fight last time? Did we line it up? I don't know. I don't think we
May. It was May of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Good memory, dude.
Thanks. Well, the fights keep me on schedule.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't think we were as coordinated as we are this year, but you got a big fight coming up, dude.
Yeah, July 29th at the Bayfront Convention Center.
That's right, the Bayfront Brawl.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. I do want to clarify something just for the viewers. I'm not a professional yet. Still amateur.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad.
I didn't want to, put that out there. People be like, oh, he's claiming to be something he ain't.
Yeah, no, that's just me being an idiot, not knowing.
Well, a lot of people think I'm professional because the way that I carry myself, the way that I'm on social media, the way that I train, the way that I'm living. A lot of people are like, bro, you're a pro.
You're a pro.
Yeah.
If I didn't know enough about sports, I'm a pretty avid sports fan across the board, but if I didn't know enough about sports, just seeing all the fights that you're in, I would just assume you were professional,
Right. Yep.
This is what, like your second, third fight this year?
This year, this is my third MMA fight. I did 2 boxing and 3 jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Dude, how do you get in that many fights in a year?
Talk a lot of shit. Be one fight,
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
No, that's right.
Hell yeah.
No, actually, for this fight, nobody wanted to fight me. And,
Yeah.
The matchmaker, Nicole, she's been looking for a fight for me for the past 3 months, and nobody stepped up. Not one person. Well, there was one person, and as soon as we accepted it, he no longer wanted to fight. So
What the fuck?
yeah,
They're scared of you, dude.
dude. I mean, you said it, not me. I don't know.
Professional ass kicker, full time.
Yeah. Well, that's like I started to think about like my whole persona and stuff because being a fighter, you have to develop a character.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to play my position and play my role. And the role that I've been playing is kind of like this big bad scary dude.
Yeah.
It's not working because now nobody wants to fight. So I think I need to
Ease up a little bit.
Well, I think
is
I
that
need
in
to take
your
a little
nature,
bit of
though?
approach. But that one cocky, arrogant dude that everybody wants to fight.
Yeah.
That dude never has a problem not getting a fight.
Yeah,
Until now. Well, I guess you're not like, I wouldn't
Well, I'm
call
not
you
really like
super
that, though.
cocky or arrogant or
I'm
anything
thinking
like
like
that.
Conor McGregor type.
That dude never has a problem not getting a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. For me, people are like, well, yeah, but dude, nobody wants to fight you. Like, isn't that a good thing? No, I don't get paid if I don't fight. I need people to fight me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it's really a crazy thing because I'm an amateur MMA fighter. I'm only 3-3. I don't have any crazy knockouts. I don't have any these crazy skill sets. I don't know why she couldn't find me an opponent. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Everybody, I've told a lot of people this, and everybody's like, "Well, they're scared of you. They're scared of you." It's like I don't even really know if that's the real reason. I don't know why she couldn't find me an opponent for this fight.
Well, I know that you always, you have a strong media presence in the newspaper, on social media, all that stuff. And it does not look like you fuck around when it comes to this types of shit very much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that's a little intimidating to other people. Maybe. I don't know, dude.
Ask them.
I feel like if you're like fighting or you have a dream or a goal of being like eventually a professional fighter, then you wouldn't necessarily be scared of something like that. Like I'm not a fighter. I would get my fucking ass kicked in a fight. But if I was, I'd want to go after somebody who is like that, make a
also
reputation
taking
for
it
yourself.
seriously.
Yeah, you gotta steal their fame. It's like I want to fight guys that are doing something with their life too. Like I want to fight people that have a big social media following, because when they post their fight and I'm the opponent, now I have their fans. And and when I win after I beat them, now I really have their fans, and that just doubles my growth.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it, and you got to swing for the fences. You know what I mean? You always. I always was taught that you got to punch above your weight class. You know what I mean? Yeah. If somebody's supposed to be bigger, better, tougher, whatever it is than I am, then that's the person that I want to, show that, show I'm that big, I'm that tough, I'm that whatever,
But that's the problem that you have. I don't know if it's nowadays, but nobody wants to fight that guy. Yeah. Everybody wants to fight the guy that they know that they can beat. Yeah. That's how it seems. Like, you even look at all the way up into the UFC level.
I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah, but he built his reputation first.
Yeah, before he picked on a bunch of old people, I guess.
Yeah. Or whatever, maybe. I'm not exactly familiar with that story, but there's a lot of guys out there. Yeah. There's that, like, you see the record, they're like 23-0, and you're like, well, who has he fought? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went, 13-0 against literal scrubs. And then he started taking kind of some tough fights, so it's like, but I've come to find out that, like, that's the fight game. If you look at my record, I'm 3-3, and all 3 of my losses are against killers. Yeah. 3 of my wins were against, like, some mediocre guys. So, like, I'm kind of in the middle, when it comes to my skill set. Like, if we're being realistic, I'm not like there's some, I wasn't a D1 wrestler or nothing like that. I didn't wrestle at all. So I don't know where I'm at, but I'm working to get there,
For sure.
Hard work beats talent all day, and I'm working my ass off.
You absolutely are. I knew you'd come in here ready to fight, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got it coming next week. I'm sure. I see you on social media and all that stuff every day. You're going to, like, different gyms. You're traveling around. And that's the way you were, like, last time when we had you on Sink, Swim, or Fly, when me and Tyler were doing that podcast. You were, like, 100% committed to reaching this goal, and we're ready to do whatever the fuck it took to get there.
Yeah, and we're still right there. Actually, it's funny. Sometimes memories will pop up on social media, and I'm like, "Damn, bro, I've been a savage for a minute now."
Hell
it's just like, here, we're still here. Like, ain't nothing changed but the weather. Right. It was winter time 4 years ago. Now it's summertime. That's it.
Hell yeah.
We're still getting it.
You're taking the Rocky Balboa approach, and I enjoy it. Just like fucking insane, nonstop workout, like picking out the Apollo Creeds of the world that try to fight. I fucking love that.
Right.
So what do you know about your opponent this time?
Well, I know everything about my opponent this time. I used to train with him.
Oh yeah?
Cool.
Yeah. So there's kind of like some drama there a little bit. I don't train at Southwick Kickboxing and Grappling much anymore. Actually, I haven't trained there in about 6 months, maybe even a little over than that. I was there a little bit about, a few months ago, but mostly I've just been training up at 3 Elements. Nothing went south down there at Southwick's. I didn't leave on bad terms or anything. It was just bigger the fish tank, the bigger the fish.
Right.
It's not that I necessarily feel like I outgrew it, but I just feel like I have more growth up at 3 Elements here in Erie. There's way more fighters. There's professional fighters. There's more guys my size. There's way more of a skill set. I've been going up to 3 Elements now for a little over a year, and I go up there and I just get my ass whooped by dudes that weigh 140 pounds. Just because, it's not. Yeah. You would be amazed how much fighting isn't strength. It's all technique. There's so much technique involved. And I'm just like, how did this 140-pound dude just maul me? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I want to learn how to do that because I'm a big dude. If I could learn what this dude knows,
yeah.
Be unstoppable.
I mean, the strength definitely helps for sure.
You just got to keep it in your back pocket because the thing you got to think about is you only have strength for the first 3 minutes of the fight. Yeah. The fight's 20 minins long, 15 minutes long. Your strength goes out the window pretty quick.
So unless you get like a perfect shot in and knock them out or something,
which is a
rare occasion, exactly.
Yeah. Cool. So 3 Elements is the new spot.
Yeah, I'm representing their T-shirt today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to put on for the home team.
I went to one Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class at 3 Elements and made a fool of myself for a while. It was great, though. Everybody there was awesome and super friendly and nice.
Super cool, man. Yeah. I really enjoy going up there. All the coaches, all the other athletes, like I said, they have pro fighters up there. So, you gotta, if you want what other people have, you gotta be around them.
Yeah, no doubt.
Surround yourself with people that you want to be like.
No doubt.
So,
and you've been going other places too. Like, it's not just been Three Elements. You've been all over the place training with people.
oh yeah. I like to get around. I like to travel. It's like, even like back in the day when I was running and gunning, I'd like to travel to different cities, meet with different people, see different folks, so I like to get around. I like to make friends. I like to,
Hell yeah.
it's just like my way of being in recovery and still get out and about and be about that life, go to different gyms, go to different territories, see what other people are up to,
Right.
meet and connect. And it's like, even back in the day when I was, addicted to substances, it wasn't just the substance I was addicted to. It was the running and gunning,
Right.
The wheeling and dealing and meeting with people. And,
Do you think that drives helped you at all in your training?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. Huge. It's a
it's-
huge factor.
Instead of chasing those drugs, now you're chasing fucking new skills and techniques.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And it's real morbid because it's like, I'm learning skills and technique just to hurt people.
Yeah. Got to stay in line there, dude. Once a killer, always a killer.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, it takes a different breed to do this sport. You know what I mean? There's
For sure.
a million different sports out there. Why punch people in the face?
Yeah, there's a lot of other things you could be doing with yourself.
Yeah.
This has been something that you've always wanted to do, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Ever since I was like, I could barely walk. I always knew that I wanted
Throwing
to be a
high
fighter.
kicks and roundhouses and
Yeah.
shit running around the house.
Yeah,
As
and
a
playing
wee
with like
lad.
little action figures.
Oh, fuck
I had
yeah.
like Goku and like G.I. Joe, and I would always make them fight.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And now that you've been clean for a while now,
Yeah, actually, August 20th here in about a month.
yeah.
What's today? July 21st.
yeah.
Yeah, so August 20th, I'll have 6 years.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. I was gonna say 5-6 years.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That's an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, well, that's some people are like, because I just turned 30
Mm-hmm.
on July 16th, and some people are like, oh man, you're kind of getting up there to really get into some professional sports. And I'm like, you got to remember, I've been preserved on ice for a long time. Like,
That's right.
I got almost 9 years in jail. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I
Not
don't,
taking no injuries.
I got low mileage.
Yeah.
I've never had surgery, never broken a bone. Like,
You've been doing crazy motocross shit too.
Yeah.
I've been worried about you
Yeah.
personally, dude. I'm like, dude, he's gonna fucking break his goddamn ankle or his leg out doing this wild motocross shit when he's like trying to chase this goal, this dream, dude.
Yeah, you and everybody else, man. But it's all a part of vision. Like MMA isn't the only vision for me. Like, MMA is only going to be for a little bit, and then racing is my other passion. I got racing and fighting.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. And it's all a part of the brand, just like living wild, man, living crazy. It's like all those years I was caught up in the streets, just chasing that adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like doing so many drugs just to, get chased by the cops and run and get that heart pounding feeling, busting into businesses and robbing people. It's like, that was that thrill that I always wanted. Just like, I might die right now.
Yeah, my heart could explode in this
Dude, it's
situation.
like, I want to get into, skydiving and racing dirt cars, and like racing motocross and getting into fights and just living to the maximum potential, man. It's like, we're humans, man. That's what we're designed to do,
Yeah, we're apex predators, dude.
Yeah.
Out here to conquer shit, take
That's
over
right.
the earth.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Love that shit.
So, Emmett, like motocross, fighting. You were in a movie recently, or
Yeah.
like started out acting in a movie, or
Yeah.
choreographing fights. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about this. Tell me more.
Yeah,
about
it was super low budget. I mean, just some homies from back in
Hell yeah, we
back
all
in
about
war.
that low budget projects. Here,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. I mean, it's all a part of the vision. Like I said, it's all a part of the brand. Like I've always wanted to be a stuntman in movies. Like I've always wanted to be an actor, just playing my own role and stuff. It's like, Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme and all those famous martial artists. They all got famous because they were really good at martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got into making some movies and they were just good at, the acrobatics and the acting and, the physicality requirements of Hollywood and stuff. And it's like, it's all about building the brand.
Right.
I say Jean-Claude Van Damme, everybody knows who that is. Chuck Norris, everybody knows who that is. Everybody's going to know who Mr. NoGimmick is.
That's right.
That's right.
So, building that brand, putting in the time, putting in the effort, making those changes, and just developing. It's amazing. Like, when you started out with this training, is this like what you had in mind? Did you have this grand vision, or has it developed over time?
Oh
And
yeah,
how's it
I've
changed?
always, ever since I was a little kid, I knew I was always destined for more. I just didn't know what the outlet was, and martial arts is really starting to give me that outlet because ever since I was a kid, I would always hear these stories about these guys that would get into a lot of fights, and for me, it was just always so cool. And it was like in high school, it was everybody would be sitting around talking about that one fight that happened yesterday after school. Everybody was so enthused with that one fight. And I was like, dude, I want to be that dude in those fights.
Hell yeah.
Because everybody idolizes the dude that was in the fight.
Dude, I remember like in middle school and like elementary school, watching like Dragon Ball Z new episodes come out. You come up and ride the bus with all your homies the next day. You're like, oh, dude, did you see fucking Goku, Vegeta, or whoever, Frieza, and all these fights? So I totally relate to that idea of just being like, damn, those guys are awesome, and wanting to be get that attention and be that cool or that person,
Oh yeah, late '90s for me. We were watching, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve
yeah.
Austin
Yeah.
every Monday, and just fucking, impersonating the moves, and it's dope. It's just how you should be living.
right? Chasing that dream, building fucking your own brand, your own empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I appreciate that you're like really pushing it too. You know what I mean? It's not just like, I feel like it's in our nature as addicts to be extreme. You know what I mean?
Actually, I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, man, how obsessed am I with this? Like, it's all I think about from the time that I wake up to the time that I go to bed. Like, it takes super sacrifice. It's like, I don't know. I'm like dope fiend out over it. You know what I mean? Like, I got my girlfriend, and like, thank God that is a halfway decent, healthy relationship. You
Right.
know, of what I've learned in the program, the 12-step program that I'm involved in, just like working on myself and stuff. But, I get real obsessed, and it's hard to find balance.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to keep the relationship happy, and then, like, my career and financial, because I got to be responsible too. I'm 30. It's like, am I just out here chasing a pipe dream? Is this really something that I'm actually going to be able to do? Like, what if next thing I'm 40 and I'm still broke chasing this fighter dream? Like, how embarrassing would that be? So it's like, I'm giving my all to this. It takes 10 years to really get good at this sport. That's like the same as a doctrine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm dedicated as a doctor is. I'm living in my girlfriend's aunt's basement just to save money to keep my funds low and all, so I can just spend more time on my vision, And I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, I'm living in somebody's basement, just like bumming it, driving a beater with a heater. You know what I mean? Like, at 30 years old, just because I'm chasing this dream so hard, like I see it, I know I can get it. I know it's right there. Like, and that's the thing that's cool about it now is like, it's not only just me envisioning this dream, like I'm watching people around me like blossom into this, I got friends all around me that are going pro, that are getting signed with UFC, that are getting signed with these major promotions and on their way to the UFC. It's like, cool. As long as I stay on this path, then I'm going to be next in line. As long as I just keep showing up, then I'm going to be right there with these guys.
Hell yeah. And that's half the battle too, is just showing up. You know what I mean? There's so many days where you just don't want to fucking get out of bed, put on the shoes, go to the gym, do what, I'm just talking my personal life, like waking up in the morning, like, oh, fuck, it's 5 a.m. I got to go to the gym before I go to work. You know what I mean? And then we have to record a show later, and then I have to go take pictures somewhere and do all this other shit that's going on. And it's really easy to just be like, hey, fuck it. It would be, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like you said at the beginning of this episode that the hard work and determination always outweighs talent in the end. There's so many people who are like high-level athletes when they're in like high school, but if you don't have that drive to just put in the extra minutes, hours in the gym, you're not going to keep up with the people who are taking it as seriously as you are.
Yeah, I really like on social media, there's been a trend of where it's like, the hell with motivation. What you need is discipline.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, he talks about that a lot. And I just think about that all the time, kind of like what you were talking about. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Yeah,
even
you
if you
gotta
don't
do
feel
that
it, you still got to do it just because it needs done.
Yeah. Especially if you're trying to get somewhere or make something of yourself and follow this dream, whatever it is, whether it's fighting or, digital media production, whatever the people's out there's dreams are, all you guys that are watching, you got to put in the time.
The real cool thing about it is like God has his hands all over this, and I continue to see it on a daily basis, through the spiritual awakenings that I've had. And, my spirit has been awakened, you know.
Right.
I'm able to stay in conscious contact with my higher power, and he's just all over this. That even on days where I want to quit, you know, like the fans, the family, the people, they won't even let me fail.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like the other day with that 4th of July parade. Did you guys follow that at all?
Where they caught the guy in Warren or whatever?
No. It was the 4th. So the Warren County parade, they have a 4th of July parade every year, and it's a huge event.
Oh yeah, I remember your car like was fucked up or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no. So 9 months prior, I had applied to be in the 4th of July parade out in
I remember
Warren.
this now.
Yeah.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and they never got back a hold of me to say, "Hey, Blair, you're in the parade." So what happened, I go out to Warren County to my grandmother's house every year for the 4th of July weekend because they have the parade and the fireworks, and I always just spend it with my grandma. And well, I was out there, and 2 days prior to this 4th of July parade, I get, I have friends sending me pictures of the newspaper article saying, "Hey, Blair, like you're in the parade." And I'm like, whoa,
really?
Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm in the parade? Like, I can't throw this together. Like, I've for the past 2 years, I've been trying to get into this 4th of July parade and get a float and get banners and like, maybe be sparring and get a bunch of friends and pass out posters for the fight. And I've had this vision of what I wanted to do, but I'm just like, I can't do that. There ain't no way. Like, what do you mean? I have 2 days to put this all together. I'm like, I could go in there on some low budget and just look like a bum and just walk in the parade and like, hey, and just wave by myself, And I put a post out on social media, and I was just like, hey, this happened to me. And I was like, I'm just not going to go through with it. And I had a bunch of people like, Blair, well, what's your motto?
Yeah.
Like, what did you just, you can't, you won't, you're not gonna. And they're like, Blair, is those excuses I hear? And they're just telling me my words right back in my face. And I'm like, oh,
son of a bitch. Here we go.
Here we go. I said, all right, bet. Let's run it. And I was like, so is this you volunteering to help me? Because I can't do this by myself, but you're making me do it, so we're gonna do it.
Right, yeah.
And I just started reaching out to friends, and like next thing you know, I had like 20 people show up. I had one friend, hey, Blair, I'm working on your flyer. I'm working on your banner. I had another company, Blair, I'm going to print out 20 flyers of your fight poster. Send me over something. Boom, I had all these people. Hey, I got 100 pounds of candy. I reached out to this person. They let me use their company truck. Hey, I got the truck. We'll fill it up with, bring your people. We'll throw candy. We got the flyers. We got, all this stuff going on. And it just came together super fast. And it was everything that I've wanted over the past 2 years. Like I've had it envisioned in my head what I wanted to do, and it just made it happen in 48 hours.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I meant by like God has his hands all over this. There's been times where I'm like, what am I doing? Should maybe I go start like a construction company, or like maybe I should go to school, maybe I should learn a trade, or like maybe I should go get a real job like other people that are 30. You know what I mean? And it's just like every time I try to, God's just like, no, you're gonna do this.
No, this is where you belong, man.
Yeah, it's like undeniable.
It's amazing to have those feelings and to get those kinds of help and support from your friends. My higher powers always spoke to me through like my friends and my family, and just like the coincidences that happen or the coincidences that occur. You had to make this parade happen. It just so happens that a bunch of people were all free that day, and able to come out and support you and do what they could to make it happen. And I think that's absolutely higher power shit. That's God shit.
And it's it's a testament to like when you're doing the next right thing for the next right reason, you become a person, a character, and you become the type of person that people want to help.
Exactly, dude, for sure.
Yeah,
that's such a big thing too, because I do really believe that you're like a very genuine person. Genuine good dude. You're big tough fighter that I don't want to fight or fuck with really, but I also feel like if I really needed something, you'd probably help me out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that probably goes for a lot of other people in your life.
Well, that's even my main. A lot of the reason why I fight is because after the fight, they hand you a microphone. Mm-hmm. And I always say, hey, if there's anybody in the crowd or anybody listening struggling from addiction, please reach out. Like there's help out there. Like I've devoted my platform to help and inspire others. Like God spared my life for some reason. Mm-hmm. I'm here for some reason, and that's to help other people. So, and this is how he's cut my cloth to help people, is
No
like
doubt.
through sports and through martial arts,
Carrying that message, dude.
carrying the message. Yeah.
That's so important. And there's
Yeah.
tons of people out there that need it and appreciate it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in like the newspaper in Meadville. You're always speaking out strongly in support of people like getting that help that they need.
Yeah, there's actually so I have a website, MrNoGimmick.com, where I sell different clothing and I advertise some of my sponsors and stuff. And there's a nonprofit organization in Meadville called Not One More, and they're opening a recovery house for women. It's
Great.
called the Hayden House, and on my website I have a T-shirt that I'm selling, and I'm donating all the profits to the Hayden House.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout
Yeah,
that
buy
out
that
there.
shirt, people. Get out there, buy the shirt.
Yeah.
Buy it. Buy it.
Do it. So it's like a big, and when I make it big, and like I said, everybody's gonna know Mr. No Gimmick. Like my plan is to open up different centers,
Yeah.
rehabilitation centers, and preventative maintenance. Not just like, oh, we'll wait till you get addicted so we
Yeah.
can help you, recover. Like, no, how about we just prevent you from getting addicted? What's really going on in society?
Yeah.
I really want to get involved in a lot of that stuff.
No doubt. I mean, an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of treatment every time,
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, at least in my experience, probably 10 times out of 10, it's never there's a lot of shit that's going on well before the drugs ever even take hold of
Yeah.
that situation, whether
Yeah.
it's like self-esteem issues, problems at home, all the things all the baggage that comes along with, substance abuse disorder and shit.
And that's what makes my purpose so strong. Like I didn't want to come down here for another podcast because our whole last podcast was basically just like kind of about recovery.
Yeah.
Our whole last podcast really wasn't even about fighting or martial arts. We ended up getting on this topic of like recovery and helping people. It's
Yeah.
like, because that's what I always end up getting on the topic with, because that's what makes my passion so important. That's why I need to fight. I need to succeed. I need to make this dream work so we can all get better.
No doubt.
Like there's a lot of people out there depending on me. Like I wake up every single day and all I think about is all these people that depend on me to get up and run all these miles. So I'm out there running. I'm running miles in the streets. I'm running 10 miles, and all I can think about is all these people that need me to continue to run miles so I can continue to win fights.
That's right.
Like that shit just blows my mind.
Right.
I can't quit.
This big picture shit, dude.
People that you've never even met or don't even know you yet, but like
Yeah.
you got to get to that point.
Dude, I probably have 5 messages on my phone like, Blair, you inspire me. Thank you. Keep going. Like, keep posting. Like, keep with that. Like, have fun in your pocket. Like, people I don't even know, like, all the time just call me and message me, like, that I'm just helping all these people. Like, I know some people are probably like, damn, Blair, I wish you'd get off social media. You post too damn much. Why you always post? Because I get those messages on a
Right.
daily basis. Like, Blair, you saved my life. Like, have you ever had somebody look at you in the eyes and be like, Blair, you saved my, you saved my life? It's nuts.
It is
It
pretty
gives you a
crazy
whole,
feeling.
like,
Crazy, yeah.
dude, I used to be real suicidal. I used to hate my life. I used to take everything for granted. You know what I mean? Like, my life was shit from the day I was born. Like, I never appreciated my life until like the last 3 years. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about that is July 25th is the 2-year death anniversary of my baby brother. You know what I mean? Like, my baby brother died 2 years ago, which freaking destroyed me. He was my purpose of breathing.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like, it's crazy how everything happens for a reason, because the last 3 years have been the most greatest time of my whole life. Even throughout all that tragedy,
Yeah.
it's just like I found purpose in my life. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's such a roller coaster of emotions because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and I'm just like, no, but that's terrible. You know what I mean? But it made for so much more growth. It's like when the forest is on fire and you're like, oh no, the forest is on fire, but then it turns into ashes and new plants grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like now the forest is even more healthy.
Right.
That's
One door
kinda-
closes, another door opens.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how like a purpose or a meaning in somebody's life can transform, you know what I mean? Because you said like your brother was like your whole reason for living and for doing things, and I'm sure he still is, but it also allows a different part of you now that he's gone to open up to find new reasons to do it. You know what I mean? You got a piece of your heart that still needs filled there that he left open, and now you can find new things to fill that heart with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's cool.
And it just gives me more of an avenue to help more people that have lost.
Exactly.
Because before, like, I've never lost anybody. It just gave my story that much more character.
Exactly.
It's the only way I can look at it. Because if not, like, I could just let it destroy me.
Yeah, dude, be sad and stay in bed all day and
Yeah.
fucking cry all the time.
Right.
That would be awful. But like it's cool. It's interesting that despite that sadness, you're still able to find the positivity in it and to keep going and make those changes.
Yeah, dude, it's all about perspective, you know. It's just like the past, ever since the 4th of July, like with my car. Like my car literally died in my grandma's parking lot. Like I got all the way there just to be in that parade, and boom, died. You know, and like I just got it back today.
Yeah.
You know, and like $500 later, nobody's knew what was wrong with it. It was some freaking ground in the middle of nowhere, some little wire that needed replaced that took a lot of time and effort to be able to find it, you know? And it was like, I just had so much stress because I'm like, this is going to be thousands of dollars. The car's not even worth thousands of dollars, but I don't have any money to go get a new car. And if I lose that car, how am I going to get the training? All this, like, all this worry.
Catastrophizing, dude.
Dude, all I could sit back and think was like, God didn't bring me this far just to bring me this far. Like, I just got to keep faith. Just everything's going to be okay. And then my uncle, he let me use his car, and his car has like 300,000 miles on it. It's like way worse off than what mine was. But I was super grateful that he let me use that for the last couple of days, you know, to get back and forth to training. And then as soon as he needed his car back, like on my way to Warren to drop his car off, I got a phone call saying that my car was done. And where did I even get $550? I don't know. I checked my banking app, and apparently I had $600 in there. Dude, like,
That's crazy.
God, and I was wondering, I was like, why do I have $600?
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like literally for the past 6 years, my entire recovery journey has been just that.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, why is this here? Oh, now I know. Thanks, God.
Yeah. A need opens, a need is filled.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But that's just the diversity, you know, that I have to go through as a fighter trying to chase this dream. Like, it's not just like, oh, I live in my girlfriend's aunt's basement and life is easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no matter what you do in America, you know, it is the land of opportunity. You can have whatever you want in life as long as you're willing to work hard for it.
Right.
You know, but it's like anybody trying to climb uphill, there's just all these freaking boulders coming down and trying to wipe you out constantly. You're constantly have to jumping over them and dipping and diving. And sometimes they just hit you and they smack you right down to the bottom. You just got to keep standing up and keep with that resilience, you know. And I keep reminding myself if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
You know, like nothing worth having comes easy.
And there's have you ever heard of the story of Sisyphus? It's a Greek story about the guy. I'm sure you've seen pictures of it. The guy who has to roll the giant boulder up the hill.
Yeah.
Well, I heard an interesting take on it today based on some other writers and things like that. And the idea that they were presenting was that Sisyphus really enjoyed and loved pushing that boulder up the hill because he was open-minded enough and willing enough to like recognize the absurdity of his situation and to take like peace in the chaos and the difficulty and the challenges of what he had to do because he put the work in, you know what I mean? He rolled that fucking boulder up the hill every day, no matter what. And he was able to take pride in that insanity of continuously rolling that boulder uphill.
Yeah, it's so true. Like sometimes life can just be suffocating. You know, it's like you got one thing and then you got another thing and then you got all these things. And for like 2-week period, you're just like on edge. You don't know what's going to happen. It's just so much anxiety. But you just know that gems are formed under pressure. And you know that God is just working and things are just shifting. And it's like you just got to hold on to something. Like, dude, for the past 2 weeks, my palms have just been sweaty. And I've been like a nervous wreck. Just like, what is going to happen? Like, am I going to have to get a new car? What am I going to do with this car? I don't know, just like... And my car was 2 hours away in Warren County, Pennsylvania. Like, what am I going to, you know? And then I was driving my motorcycle, and my motorcycle broke down because I was driving it so much. I put so many miles on that because I didn't have the car. It was just like one thing after another, you know. And that's the way life is, though. A lot of times, you know what I mean? Even if you're not a fighter, even if you're like just a normal fucking guy. Anybody trying to do anything? Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say is like, you know, this is America, the land of opportunity. And if you too can get out there and do, you know, I'm not nobody special. Like, yeah, someday you're going to see me in the UFC. You're going to see me on TV. You're going to see me on ESPN. You're going to see me a really successful person. Right. And it's just like, oh, that must be nice. Oh, it must be nice. Oh, you must be some special character.
Yeah, right. No, he was like, blessed and everything was just handed to him on a silver platter, dude.
Yeah, no, that is not the case. So anybody listening to this podcast trying to get something for their life, like, don't give up. Just stick to the script. Keep showing up and just like you know, and the biggest thing is just reach out for help, dude. I couldn't get through none of this shit alone.
That's right.
I couldn't, dude. Like, I just am constantly, dude, I don't know what's going on. I need help keeping people close, friends, you know, like always giving me insight. It takes a team, man.
Right.
Like, even through fighting, it's like a single man sport, but it takes a team.
Yeah.
You know, that's part
Iron sharpens iron.
facts. That's a part of my logo is team. It's an acronym for together everything appears manageable. You know?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people really look past that when they see successful people. Just like the vast majority of those people came from nothing. Like, you want to ignore the fact that someone just busted their ass and went above and beyond what the norm is to make something. Like, I remember when you were talking about your car, even though I don't know how to feel about him now, but I remember, you know, watching a video of Jeff Bezos in the mid-90s driving a beater and just trying to make Amazon work, and now he's like the fucking evil overlord, you know?
Building rockets, yeah, sent into space. And it's great too because like through that hard work and through all that effort, you're afforded different opportunities to like do something that's positive, not only for yourself but for your community, for your team, for everybody that you know is involved or listens or you know has an open mind and is willing to like take something in. And I just want to plug this real quick. We're super excited. We're going to be hosting a big fucking party. It's our 1 year anniversary Palooza, and there's going to be live music. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some drinks. It's going to be completely free event, and it's going to be we're going to ask for donations for stuff. So if you want to pop, you know, give us $1. If you want some food, give us $1, give us $5, give us $10 to get in the door. But it's completely free. If you don't have any money, we still want you to come. You're still super important. We want you to have you. But all of the money that we raise, every fucking cent that we raise is going to buy items for the clients at Cadenzia Crossroads.
Nice.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Well, yeah, dude. Everything there is going to come out. We're taking basically all the money that we've made in this show so far and throwing it into this huge party. So we hope everybody comes out, and we hope we're able to raise a ton of money and that we somehow make that back in the future. You know what I mean?
We're not very good at
accounting
or economics.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I think they call that philanthropy.
Yeah, right.
Anytime you make money, just give it all away.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
I'm
it
the
comes
same
back
way.
to us and we can get more later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's one thing I've learned is that, you know, there's always more time to make more money. That's not the fucking end all be all of everything, you know?
Yeah. Money is energy.
Yeah, and these people are going to need it. That's going to make their stay, you know, it's an inpatient rehab, so these people are fucking brand new, trying to figure out how to work their lives and deal with all of the things that they used to get drunk and get high over, and hopefully we'll be able to provide them a little bit of comfort with the shit we buy. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Done with that shameless plug now. So what's your strong suit coming into this fight? What's your game plan?
Yeah, so now that I've been up at 3 elements,
Yeah.
I think that needs adjusted a little bit. Hey, there we go. I think it drooped.
Yeah.
But ever since I've been up at 3 elements, I just really been working on my jiu-jitsu and my offensive wrestling.
Okay.
That's even though like I know this cat, the next opponent that I'm fighting, he's a good striker. He has a solid base with striking, which is awesome for me because all of my fights have been against wrestlers, and I want to get off some offensive wrestling. And it's hard when you're always sprawling. You know, and I'm not that good of a wrestler to be able to out wrestle a good wrestler. So I'm pretty excited to step into the cage with somebody that doesn't know exactly that much about wrestling and just, you know, maul them around.
Yeah.
I look like a Khabib out there, you know.
That's awesome, dude.
So I wanted to ask this earlier, now that we're getting back into it. What's it like getting in the ring, octagon, whatever, with someone that you have like a past relationship with? You said you trained with them. I don't know if you're like friends, but like, you know, going into a combat sport with someone that you have that kind of relationship with.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, for me, it's real easy. You know, even like when the matchmaker hit me up and was like, hey, dude, so a guy I used to train with, like, wants to fight. Instantly, I'm like, oh, he does he? You know what I mean? Right. I'm just like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
It's a fight. Like, you didn't sign up to go golfing.
Right.
Like, you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, we're fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take your soul.
That's what
you know
it
what
is.
I mean, hey, bro, you challenge me to a fight, I'm fucking you up.
That's all there is to it.
You know, like, we'll be friends after. Like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, we could be homies, but, like, don't challenge me to a fight.
Yeah.
You know,
This is
like,
serious. This is fucking game time,
Yeah.
dog.
That's like
We're going in.
That's like somebody coming, hey Tony, I think I could beat you in arm wrestling.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
they
mean?
probably could, so I would just say pass.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, when you looked at me right there and said that, I'm like, I'm never gonna challenge you.
No,
But somebody, you know, like you're equal.
Right.
No, for sure.
You know?
And I think that, like, especially somebody that you've trained with, you know what I mean? You've already got.
Imagine if Tony was like, dude, I could beat you in arm wrestling.
Oh, we'd be arm wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
We'd be arm wrestling.
Exactly. And you guys already have, like, that ability to kind of separate the physical combat aspect of this sport and your, like, friendship, because I'm sure you guys have sparred and hit each other in the face before
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, like, it takes a different breed. There's a reason why you're a podcast host and I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you were a fighter, you would understand. It's like, it's that saying, you know, if we have to explain, you'd never understand.
Right.
You know, it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
So you come in, you're going to
Do it.
grapple the fuck out of this dude, make him...
I'm gonna punch
Wish
him
you
a few times, you know, beat him up a little bit.
rough him up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, probably get roughed up a little bit, but I know as soon as like if I want to shoot, like I'm going to be able to take him down whenever I want.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be able to press him against the cage and just take his will.
Yeah.
You know, take him down and hold him there if I want. You know, he's not really going to have much. You know,
You don't have a chance.
no.
How long have you been training with him? Have you trained with him recently? What if he's been stepping up his jiu-jitsu game?
He doesn't do jiu-jitsu, so he hasn't been.
Oh shit! You already know. You've been scouting him out, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like it's a puzzle. You know what I mean? That's all a part of the game. It's like I know my opponent better than he knows him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
That's just how it is. That's the whole thing of MMA is finding your opponent's weakness and explaining
Right.
it.
Exactly.
And not having any. You know, like I have weaknesses. I'm not gonna tell you what they are.
Oh
I know what
shit!
they
That
are.
was my next question, dude. Now what are you gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Damn it.
No, that makes sense though, dude. And having like a good game plan and knowing your opponent. I mean, that's like the essence of taking like any sport seriously. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Every football player's watching video on the other team. Every basketball player's watching film. Everybody does that. Everybody knows who they're going into, what they got to watch out for.
Yep.
And it just shows that like you're taking this seriously, just having that information and being ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, this is my life. Like I said, like I'm in school to be a doctor. Basically, I'm just a surgeon with these things.
That's
you know?
right. Are they registered lethal weapons?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude! Watch out! Watch out! Are there any fights you're excited to watch at the Bayfront Brawl?
Dude, to be honest with you, I never even watched MMA until like the past like 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm not like a fan. You know what I mean? Like you can talk about, oh, do you know this fighter or this fighter? Nope. You know what I mean? Like my first 3 cage fights, I didn't even know what MMA was.
Yeah,
I was just in there to fight.
just ready to rock.
Yeah, it wasn't even until my 5th cage fight that I learned MMA as a sport. I had no idea.
Go ahead, sorry.
You just thought they were cage fighting for fucking shits and
I just
gigs.
thought I was fighting. Like we're
yeah.
going in there throwing fists. I'm tougher than you, and I'm going to hurt you. And no, that's not it at all. This is a sport. There's
It's a real
points.
thing,
There's
yeah.
a judge. You know what I mean?
No, I was gonna ask. Do you watch the like UFC MMA now just to kind of like take notes on how the professionals fight?
I do now, yeah, because I'm like watching their form. I'm watching their technique. I'm like I'm not watching for entertainment. I'm watching to learn.
Yeah. No, I think everybody kind of, whenever you do something seriously and you start watching like live performances, it's more like studying.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
study. Let me tell you what. Yeah, my girl gets tired of it.
Yeah.
Literally, all I do by the time I lay down at night, I'm studying film. I'm
Yeah.
watching fights. And I'm not watching it because I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like I'm not a fanboy. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching to learn.
Do you have a favorite fighter?
No, not really even.
It's all just taking what you can from them.
Yeah.
And learning.
Yeah, I like Israel Adesanya and I like Alexander Volkanovski. You know.
Yeah, I don't know who either of those guys are, so yeah, they're cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just know that, watching some of the greats over time, like like in different sports, LeBron James, kind of like Patrick Mahomes now, like those guys, you don't necessarily hear them talk about all the athletes, but you've like over the years, LeBron's like, I'm chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes, I'm chasing the ghost of Tom Brady. So like, you ever see like you're not a fan, but maybe like seeing one of like the all-time greats and like using it as like motivation to be better than them?
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. I fucking love it.
No, I mean, I really ain't nobody have my story of like You know, because, you know, I'd say like John Jones. John Jones has never lost. I don't know what winning feels like. All I know is loss. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I don't relate to him. You know, like, I don't know who's lost their whole life and then all of a sudden started winning.
Rocky.
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 Right. Yeah, I'd fucking chase my own fucking legacy. Motherfucker. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Great question. I'm just doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been beaten up and I've beaten people up, you know, and it's like,
a little bit closer.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Aim this back up at you.
Oh, yeah.
We got a droopy fucking mic stand over here.
Yeah, we do. Duct tape.
That Mike has not been training as hard as Blair has.
Yeah, dude. God, I can't even hold up the mic for a whole show. God. No, it's probably because we've been doing this treehouse series and I've been carrying all this shit back and forth out into my treehouse. So it's getting a little loosey-goosey on me from moving everything around so much. I apologize.
Yeah, I like that treehouse you got.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet,
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
You could do a fucking... No, I don't think we could do a concert up there.
No.
I don't know. I mean, have like an MMA class or something? I don't fucking
I don't know.
I feel like we could grapple to the... We could get you an opponent to grapple to the death out there. Because it's only got the one railing, so I feel like it's pretty easy to push somebody off the edge. You know,
that'd be like a WWE thing.
It probably wouldn't be the same kind of fighting you're doing right now. You were right about that.
Yeah,
that's a lawsuit. We're gonna avoid that.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid that.
Yeah, I really don't need that kind of heat around here for sure.
Glad somebody's mature.
Dave's definitely the voice of reason, and I'm the crazy person thinking of wild shit most of the time.
Okay, Dad.
Exactly. I'm the dad of this operation.
It's okay. Everybody needs one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, July 29th, Bayfront Brawl. That's just another amateur fight. Really, like, I'm looking way past that, you know, looking to see what's next. Honestly, I'm kind of getting a little bit stressed out. Like, I'm 30, I'm living in a basement, my car's breaking down, my motorcycle's breaking down, I'm starting to go a little bit in debt, I got a credit card, I'm starting to swipe that a little bit more. Like, I need to do something big. Like, I'm at a pivotal point in my life. Like, I have to go pro. Like, I told my coaches yesterday, look, I can't fuck around as an amateur anymore. Like, I need to start making some money. I got to start making some moves. If I'm going to fight, I got to fight. If I'm going to school, I got to go back to school. If I got to go learn how to do a trade, I got to do something with my life. Yeah. I can't fuck around no more. I've been doing amateur MMA for 4 years now. Like, I need to get somewhere.
So for our listeners out there, if they might not know, what do you have to do exactly to become a pro?
I mean, I just have to. There are some things, like you have to have so many fights. I don't know how many fights that is, and you have to have a winning record, and you have to get the Pennsylvania Health Commission to sign off on you being a pro. I think it's really not that complicated. I mean, I could win like 1 or 2 more fights and go pro. The thing with going pro is my whole amateur record gets deleted. Right. And now it's kind of like having a juvenile record and then having an adult record.
Yeah.
Your juvenile record gets, expunged or
whatever. Right.
But so once I turn pro, then it's like the wins and losses matter.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I'm 0-0 again. So I need to go like 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. You know, because if I go to like 2-2 and then like 3-2 and then 4-3 and then 6-4, that doesn't look appealing to anybody. You know what I mean? Then I'm just another washed up fighter that's 35 that wasted his entire life chasing this dream that ever
but you didn't fucking waste your life, dude. I want I feel like that's a little bit of negative self-talk there that I'm going to put a fucking hard stop to. You're not wasting your life chasing your dream. Nobody ever is wasting their life by following their dream. They might fail at it. They might have a hard time, but like you're going to have way more regrets if you didn't fucking do this than you ever will failing or not making it to that high standard that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, I mean, I got friends that are 35 that are just now getting into construction or just now getting into these jobs and these careers. They're 35 years old and just now making like $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour. And it's like, I'm 30, like, all right, I have the next 5 years to literally piss away. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm gonna do something with it. You know what I mean? But realistically, like, all right, I could be 35 and then go do something.
Right.
So like, I have another 5 years to play with. You know what I mean? So like, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, you have until like you're done breathing. But like, for real though, there's some people that like
True.
don't hit their stride or, chase their dream or get what they want till they're in their 50s. And you don't like thinking like that because you don't want to be an old person doing that. But it's the truth, like as long as you get to it at some point and you find your peace, I think that's the most important part of life.
And dreams are always changing too, you know what I mean?
Right.
It started out as just like, I want to fuck around and have a podcast, and now we're like planning to make a movie in the spring, and I'm taking all these cool pictures for people and all this other stuff that's going on. So, this journey started for you as a fighter and trying to go pro, or well, not trying to go pro, but soon to be going pro in MMA, and it could change to something else, in the future, Yeah. You don't have to be hard and fast stuck on one thing. There are always options.
Well, yeah,
our recovery teaches us that we need to be open-minded.
Right, and that's why I try, like, the brand of Mr. No Gimmick isn't just MMA. Like, even like I was sharing that a little bit, like, it's a lifestyle. Like, being no gimmick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? No bullshit. Like, don't live a lie. Be honest with yourself. Be true. Like, at all points in time, just be true. You don't ever have to be something that you're not. You don't have to act or, to be socially accepted. It's like, you just got to put in the work. Yeah.
Right. Hell yeah. And being, the dreams change and stuff like that. So I encourage you to keep following it. It seems like turning pro right now is probably like those early matches are going to be incredibly important. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Facts. Yeah. Like the first 10 fights, once you really get like a winning record within 10 fights, then you could like, be well known. Like if you go 9-1, like you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
You're going to make it somewhere.
Right.
Even like 8-2. If you like 7-3, you start to dwindle out. You're like, all right, this guy's
starting to burn out. A little
6-4, you might as well just quit.
Really?
But then
that's still a winning record.
But you might be 6-4, and then next thing you know, you're 20-4.
Right.
So it really like you never quit.
It just depends on who you're playing, who you're fighting against, and shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. You were saying you're 3-3 right now, but if you're like a 6-4 fighting like mediocre fighters as compared to like just really, really good fighters, that definitely makes a difference.
And that's where like it all like at face value, if I say 30-3, you're gonna be like, oh, that dude sucks. But for an actual MMA fan that knows Tapology and can go on there and look, we're like, all right, who's his 3 wins and who's his 3 losses? Oh, okay, it makes a little more sense. Like Blair's actually, all right, he's legit.
Right, like if you were like, well, Blair's 13-0, but he's fought guys that look like Dave and Tony.
Exactly.
But nobody ever looks at that though. They just look at 13-0.
Right.
They don't look at that. You look on Instagram, all the kids want to follow the guy that's 13-0. They don't give a shit who he fought.
But at the end of the day, it's not about Instagram. It's about the fucking who's booking the fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got someone tapping out or you knock someone out that's just like a big hulking dude as compared to like the 20-0 guy and I'm on the ground just like
Yeah, it's a happy medium. It's a happy medium. Like there's a little bit of both in that.
Right. So it's got its pros and cons both ways. And if you go pro, are you going to keep up this? Like, I feel like most fighters do not fight as much as you fight.
It really all depends. Maybe I'm a little crazy. I don't know.
I would say yes. Definitely a little crazy.
Yeah.
You fight at a very high pace.
Yeah, I'm always definitely trying to stay active. I think it's because I get really nervous before fights. So like with me, I never competed in sports before, like in high school or nothing. So like the nerves for competition are really strong with me, So I try to compete as much as possible, at least like once a month.
Try and break down that barrier or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like when you go to an amusement park for the first time of the season, you look into this really big roller coaster and you're standing in line, and the closer you get to the roller coaster, you're like, holy shit, those nerves. And then you get on the roller coaster, and the next thing you know, you're looking up, and it's like tick, 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 tick.
Here we go.
It's those nerves, and then you get all the way to the top, and then you get going, and you're like, yeah, and then you get off, and you're like, I just want to do it again.
Right.
So it's like the less of a turnaround, so like once a month, I don't get nervous standing in the line, because the more nervous you get standing in the line, the less you.
Yeah, the more time you have to talk yourself out of that shit.
Yeah. So that's why I just try to stay active.
Just try to stay active and keep fighting.
And it keeps you in shape. Like, my next fight's at 195. I was 210 3 weeks ago. So I've been on a strict diet,
Right.
leading up. I'm like 200 right now, so I have 5 more pounds to lose. But as soon as that fight's over with, I'll boom right back up to 210.
Yeah.
And if I don't sign up for something, I'll end up being 230. So it's like it just keeps you in shape to always be signed up for something, whether it's boxing or jiu-jitsu or kickboxing or another MMA fight, whatever it may be.
Yeah, whatever kind of tournament it is.
Yep.
Is this something long term? Do you think you'll continue to train regardless? Like right now, you're like fully invested. Do you ever think that you would stop fighting or stop training for some reason? I mean, if you don't go,
I think about that a lot. I mean, and I might kind of be like ass backwards and thinking this way. It's just where I'm at with it. If I wasn't chasing this for my career, I wouldn't train for fun.
Yeah.
I don't train for fun.
Okay.
I train because it's my job.
Yeah.
It's like I can find enjoyment in it. And I think that's why I'm going to excel, because it's not just a hobby for me. I don't show up to practice and just be like, yeah, I'm here with the homies doing my thing. Like I show up to practice and I'm ready to put in work. Like I clocked in, don't talk to me, we're working.
Yeah.
Like that's how I practice. That's how I train. Like this is very serious for me. This isn't a joke. This isn't a gimmick. That I'm here to learn, to be better, to be the best, get out of my way. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I'm not going to do that as a career, no, I don't want to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who
What about
wants
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu though?
No, I don't want to blow out my ACL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I can go to the gym and stay fit. I can run on a treadmill and stay fit. Like I don't do it for exercise. There's a million things in the world I can do for exercise.
Sure.
I don't, you know what I mean? Roll around with another sweaty dude for fun. You know what I mean? Like I can find enjoyment in it.
Yeah, sure.
Would I rather do that than clock in at a steel mill?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Would I rather like sit there and like fighting is super repetitive. I throw jabs and hooks and jabs and crosses, jabs and hooks and kicks and jabs and hooks and kicks and jabs and hooks and kicks for hours every single day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love it. I can find enjoyment in it. I'd much rather do that than like standing at a fucking iron mill grinding.
Yeah, or welding, whatever.
Welding or construction. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather run 10 miles than go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like,
Hell
like
yeah.
I love that kind of stuff,
No doubt. So once it's over, it's over.
Yeah, once it's over, it's over. I'll probably still like always like work out and
Stay fit,
physical
go to
fitness.
the gym and shit.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna get punched in the face just to be like, oh,
Just for funsies?
Yeah.
Just for the sheer enjoyment of it?
No.
It doesn't sound super enjoyable to get punched in the face.
Well, dude, that's the thing. Is like people are like, there are some crazy people that absolutely love fighting. I can't say I even absolutely love fighting. I fight because I'm good at it. I don't fight. That's like you were saying at the skate park. Are you good at skating?
No.
No. Okay.
I didn't even bring my skateboard. I just went to take pictures.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right on. No, that's cool. So I've tried skating. I used to love skating. I love skateboarding. Suck at it. I suck at skating.
I suck at skating.
I used to love riding my bicycle, like BMX. Love riding BMX. Suck at it. I used to love playing the guitar. Suck at it.
Yeah.
I used to love, dude, I suck at every single thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I am not very good at much. You know what I mean? Like, I suck at, dude, I can't draw. I can't, I tried writing music. I tried doing some rapping. I suck at it. I have no rhythm. You know what I mean? Like, I am not very good at much in this world. I think that's why I grow so much to fighting, because it's like, wow, hold on. Okay, the coach just taught me one little thing, and I'm already applying it. I learn fast. I'm good at it.
Right.
I'm good at it. I'm good at jiu-jitsu. My BJJ coach is always telling me, Blair, I just showed you that move, and you just choked somebody out with it. Like, that's impressive. Like, they're always telling me that I'm a super fast learner. I'm super coachable. I'm a great athlete. Like, they're like, that's why you're going to be a champion someday, because you show up, you work hard, and you listen, and you learn, and you apply. And it just comes natural to me. It's so effortless for me. I can sit there and you can talk jiu-jitsu to me, and I'm just going to absorb it like a sponge.
Yeah.
And nothing else in this whole entire world have I ever found that I do that with.
Well, that makes it a huge motivator too when you find something that you're able to excel at, and comes naturally.
Yep.
I think that along those same lines, if I would have been good at any of the other things that I tried, from like playing guitar or writing or anything else, that there is out there, then I probably wouldn't keep doing it. You know what I mean? So, very interesting, dude. I think that's about like all the time we have, bro.
Yeah.
Tell the people how they can find you, support you, all that stuff.
Yeah. Mr. No Gimmick Everything. Some like Instagram's Mr. _ No Gimmick. I'm on YouTube. Mr. No Gimmick is my channel. You can go to mrnogimmick.com, purchase some apparel. Yeah.
Hell yeah, come to the fight too.
Yeah, Bayfront Brawl.
Come on, get one of his shirts, come to his fight. We're going to be there. It's going to be fucking fun. I'm pumped for it. It's going to be great. We want to thank everybody out there who listened. Everybody hits those likes, follows, subscribes, shares, all that shit. Y'all are the best. Thank you to all our Patreon people, all of our sponsors. Y'all are number one. We love you. Peace.
Peace.